Hey, welcome! Today we're going to learn some really simple but super powerful English phrases so you can say exactly how you feel. You'll never get stuck for words again.
You know that feeling, right? You know exactly what's going on inside, but finding the perfect words to get it out, that can be tough. Well, not anymore. Today we're going to fix that with two incredibly useful tools. Okay, let's dive right in. First up, we're going to look at the most direct way to talk about what's happening with you, whether that's an emotion or something physical.
And here's the magic key, the phrase I feel, followed by a describing word, an adjective. Seriously, think of this as your foundation. It's so clear, so direct, and it just opens up a whole world of possibilities.
Let's start with a really good one. When everything's going your way and you've got a smile on your face, you can just say, I feel happy. It's one of the best and most basic things to be able to tell someone.
But what about other feelings? Maybe you're in a new place or meeting a bunch of new people. In that case, saying I feel shy is the perfect way to explain that you're feeling a little quiet or reserved. And hey, this little formula isn't just for emotions. It works perfectly for your body too. For instance, I feel hungry, I feel thirsty, I feel sleepy, or I feel tired. These are things we all feel every single day, and you can express them all with that same simple phrase. Now for something a bit more specific. You know that lightheaded, dizzy, almost spinning feeling? The perfect word for that is giddy. I feel giddy. It's a fantastic word to have in your vocabulary. And this one is so useful for when you're starting to feel sick. That feeling when you're warm and you think a fever might be coming on, you just say, I feel feverish. It tells people exactly what's going on.
All right, let's move on to our second tool. This one builds on the first. We've talked about how to say what you are feeling, but what about when you want to say you have zero desire to do something?
For that, you use the phrase, I don't feel like. Now this is the important part. You always follow it with an action, a verb with ing on the end. This is all about telling someone you just don't have the energy or the mood for a certain activity. Here's a perfect example. Maybe you're not feeling well, or you just don't have an appetite. You can say, I don't feel like eating anything. It's so much more natural than just saying, I'm not hungry.
Sometimes you just need some peace and quiet, This phrase is your best friend then. I don't feel like talking to anybody. It's a really clear but polite way to say you need a little space.
Oh, I think every single one of us can relate to this. It's been a long week. A friend asks you to go somewhere, but all you want is the sofa. I don't feel like going out. Simple, effective, and everybody understands. And it works for pretty much anything, even small stuff. Maybe you'd just rather read a book or listen to music. You can just say, I don't feel like watching TV. It gets your preference across perfectly. So let's just look at this side by side because it makes it so clear. See, I feel is about your state, happy, tired, hungry. But I don't feel like is about an action you don't want to do, like eating, talking, or going out. Getting that difference between a state and an action is the absolute key. Okay, so you've seen how these work, you've seen some examples. But you know what? The best way to really learn these and make them your own is to practice them.
So let's do a really quick rapid-fire review. I'll show the phrase on the screen, and you should try saying it out loud. It'll really help lock it in your memory. You ready? Let's go.
Okay, first one, I feel happy. Next, I feel tired.
And I feel feverish.
Awesome. Now let's switch to the other one. I don't feel like eating anything.
And last one, a true classic. I don't feel like going out.
And that's it. Two simple structures that unlock a whole new level of expression. You're now ready to share how you're feeling and what you want to do. Or not do. So I guess the only question left is, what do you feel like saying today?